What up, YouTube? How y'all doing today, man? It's been so long since I've made a video, and first off, before I even start recording, I just need to apologize to y'all, bro. I finally started getting some motion, getting a few more subscribers and shit, and then the second I did, I fucking bummed out on y'all, and I haven't uploaded in like a month or two. And I have good reason for that, trust me, there's a good reason, and I'll explain why, and I'll get to that. But I thought for a little challenge in the beginning of the video, I'd take a blinker off this rosin card I got. Because long story short, dude, I got a job at a dispensary that my buddy owns. It's a delivery only place, but I'm the delivery driver. I do a lot more than just deliver though. I package a lot of stuff and do a lot of other stuff. But yeah, man, it's a great gig, and I always have a ton of top shelves on now. But without further ado, I thought we'd take a little blinker off the cured rosin cart. It's from Maine Trees. It's Blue Lobster actually. I think it won last year's strain of the year or some shit. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a blinker on red. Cheers. Woo! Holy shit, man, that fucking hit like a truck. I got dab sweats off of that, man. That shit literally tastes like a dab. That's some good ass shit, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That shit kicked my ass on the highest setting. That shit burns, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. But nah, man, I hit that shit on the highest setting on a blinker, and it still tasted like a straight up dab, not burned at all. That shit's nice, bro. That's a nice ass cart. Speaking of nice, I'm sure y'all can tell a difference in audio, at least I hope you can, because I bought a better microphone. Funny story behind it, right? I was looking at Best Buy this morning, and I was trying to see, like, if I could find a better mic arm for my blue snowball that I had, right? And I was looking at Best Buy because I get paid in cash, right? So I don't really have, I have the ability to order shit, but it's just more convenient for me to just be able to walk into stores and buy shit, I was looking and I'm like, damn, bro, they're trying to get 130 bucks for a fucking mic arm over there. And I'm like, you know what, dude, I could probably just buy a better mic that comes with something for that price, right? And that's exactly what I did, bro. I just went and I bought a Blue Yeti. And it came with a microphone stand, and I just took my pop filter off the other one and attached it to this one. So yeah, bro, we got a brand new mic, and I hope it was worth it. It was on sale for like 110 bucks, bro. Good ass deal. So if y'all need a mic, go get your ass over to Best Buy, bro. But without further ado, y'all, I think we're gonna hop into the story. So by the title of the video, you can tell this is kind of a crazy story, right? And this is actually a really recent story. Like, I'm talking the past 2 weeks this happened to me, right? I seen this shit happen. Now, this is not something that, like, directly happened to me, but I was, like, right in the area when it happened, and I saw the entire thing go down by myself, you know what I mean? So to preface this, I've been working at a dispensary, right? And I said that at the beginning, but I've been doing delivery for this dispensary, right? And so most of my day literally just consists of either smoking with my boss, packing up orders, driving orders to people, doing all types of shit. 90% of the job is just dropping off weed and hanging out with my boss, right? And so you get to know your customers pretty well, because I've been working there for a month and a half, and you get to see the same faces, you know what I mean? You get to recognize, everyone that orders weed. You know what they order normally, like, once you see the name on the receipt, you already know where you're taking it, type shit, And so this delivery that I'm talking about, this was one of those deliveries, right? So I see this dude's name pop up on the receipt, right? So boom, I hear the iPad go off in the other room. Deep, 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 deep. That means we got an order, right? So I go into the office, right, at my work. It's already printed out of the printer. I go over, I look, I take the paper off the thing to look at what I gotta pack up. I look at it, and it was this dude, right? I'm not gonna say his name and put him on blast, but it's this dude, right? He lives about like a block or two away from the dispensary. I don't know why he gets it delivered, but hey, I ain't gonna complain. He's a nice guy, right? It's this Jamaican dude with like dyed purple dreads, and I say that now because I have video of this but I'm honestly probably not gonna put it in this video because I don't know what happened in terms of like legal stuff, and I'm not trying to get nobody caught up, so I'm probably not gonna put the footage I have of this in the video. Even though I said the dude's description, but he had nothing to do with it. That guy had nothing to fucking do with it. He was just the guy who's delivering weed to, right? So I get the order out, right, and boom, I think it was a quarter of some like, you know, kind of mid to top shelf weed that we had, and then I think it was a cart as well, right? And so I bag that up together, boom, boom, boom. I get everything together, put it all together, and I staple that bitch up, you know, real professional, sealed bags, all that. Put the stickers on them, label everything, you know, real professional shit, bro. This is not like, you know, just some rinky-dink store. Like, we really care about our products, bro. We get people what they need, you know? And so I get this shit together. I grab the change bag, and I tell my boss, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go drop that off. He's like, bet. And so I hop in my whip, and to let y'all know, I have like a couple different cars. I think y'all know that. But I hop in the Yoda, right? I connect my phone to the Bluetooth or whatever on my headphones. I start bumping some shit, you know, listening to a podcast probably. You know, I think it was literally my first delivery of the day, if I remember correctly. I think we've been sitting around for a bit smoking. Like, I'd gone and got my Bloss bunk wraps and shit, but I hadn't actually gotten an order yet, right? This is my first order of the day, so I'm kind of like, you know, getting my shit together, getting ready to go. You know, putting it in my maps, the GPS, even though I kind of knew where I was going already, but I like to just put it in to be sure, you know what I mean? So I pop that shit into GPS, boom. I hop in the whip, we're bumping some tunes, I pull up, right? And so the area that I work in, right, is like the downtown of my city that I live in, right? So it's pretty busy down there, right? It's a little bit sketchy pulling out sometimes, you know, you really gotta be paying attention. So I'm whipping it through the streets, you know what I mean? And this spot that I was bringing it to is this southern restaurant that's underneath the highway, kind of, right? It's this interesting little spot that, like, honestly looks like a scene from, like, I don't know, like New York or some shit. It's like underneath this like elevated highway almost bridge that like underneath there's like businesses and shit. I don't know how to describe it, but it's interesting looking spot, right? So I'm driving, I pull up underneath there, and I'm like on the bag, and I'm looking at the dude's phone number, and I'm going to call him. And right as I'm pulling up, bro, I just started hearing some fucking shouting, dude. So, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so my windows are down because I was hitting my vape, right? So I have my windows down, and I hear this shouting. And at first what I heard was like, yo, you can't do that on our property. That's disrespectful as fuck. Like, blah, blah, blah. That's fucked up. And so I turn my head, and keep in mind, at this point, I'd already called the customer. So he's on his way down, right? And I'm like kind of paying attention to this, but at the same time, I'm just trying to do the delivery and get going, bro. This is none of my business. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to this shit a little bit, you know, but I'm not really paying attention. So I'm kind of listening. They're like, you know, you can't be doing that on our property, blah, blah, blah. And so that's when I kind of looked over and I'm paying more attention. I hear, you know, them really start to get into it. And at that point, my customer comes down, right? And so I dap him up, and I start ignoring it again, and I sell him his weed, whatever. He hands me the money, blah, blah, blah. I hand him the bag, you know. I hand him the weed, he hands me the money, blah, blah, blah. And we're talking, we're chatting it up. Because this guy orders like a couple times a week, you know what I mean? At this point, he knows me, you know? So I'm the weed man to him, you know what I mean? So he chats me up every now and then, and we have conversations, you know? And so I'm talking to him, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, do you know that guy over there? And he's like, yeah, that's my coworker. And I'm like, I think he's getting into a fight with someone. And so we look over, and at that point, bro, they were like full on screaming at each other. And right when we look over, bro, I'm looking over and I'm getting a grip on like who these people are, right? One of them is like this bigger dude, right? This big Mexican guy who clearly works at the restaurant that the guy that was buying weed was. Like, that's clearly his coworker, right? And he's like a big Mexican dude, definitely like buff, you know what I mean? Could fuck somebody up, you know? And then the other guy is like this greasy little fucking crackhead, bro, that's like old, you know, probably like 40, 50 something years old, with a greasy ass ponytail and like a backpack on, right? And that crackhead dude just has a knife in his hand, right? And they're kind of like circling each other, like lions, you know what I mean? They're circling around each other, bro, pointing this knife. And so at that point, the big Mexican dude, bro, he backs up to his car. And at this point, I knew, like, boom, I know where this is going, bro. I've seen this shit 1,000 times. I know what's about to happen. He reaches in the car, he pulls out the grip, you know what I mean? He ups that shit. And at that point, I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta get your coworker. And, you know, my dude runs over, right? That just bought the weed. He kind of jogs over there. He's like, shit, I said the dude's name. I'm gonna cut that out. He's like, bro, you know, chill out, chill out. And then at that point, another coworker came down, and he was trying to calm him down too, right? Because at this point, the coworker had like a big ass gun in his hand, you know what I mean? And he was aiming it at the dude. He was walking him down with it, and they're still circling each other. I'll give it to the homeless guy, bro. Like he had a gun pointed at him and everything, and he was not backing down with that little ass knife he had, bro. He's still ready to cut some shit up. But to be honest, y'all, like, if this was like an old story, bro, like when I was like, most of these stories I tell on this channel when I was mad young and stupid, before I was a father and shit, bro, I probably would have gotten involved with this. I'm not gonna lie. I would have gotten involved, you know, maybe even beating the homeless guy up, you know? I've done stupid shit like that before. But I'm changed, I'm better, you know what I mean? And I'm at work at this point. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. While this was going on, I literally just started pulling out, bro. I don't got time to stick around witnessing someone get blown away, you know what I mean? Or stabbed. Or, it's just too much drama, bro. So I'm gonna be honest, I drove the fuck away. And as I'm driving away, I realized I have to drive past where they are, because this is a one-way under the highway, right? Where I pulled up underneath, I could not go anywhere but right past where they're standing. And I'm talking, they're in the middle of the street, bro. I literally have to like go where they are. So I'm like creeping forward, bro. And luckily the dude that bought the weed, he notices that I'm trying to get through, and he like, you know, comes over and he gets them out the way, so I go through. And at that point they calm down, you know what I mean? And I think they realized they weren't gonna actually hurt each other, and one coworker got with one of them and he walked them away, and the other one got with the other one. They walked them away in separate directions and calmed each other down. And honestly, I think nothing happened after that. I don't even think anyone called the cops or anything, bro. I think that was really just the end of the story, you know what I mean? But hey, bro, it was a pretty crazy little interaction I had there. You know, I know it's not one of my craziest stories, you know what I mean, that I've been involved with or shit that I've done. But hey, bro, I've been away from the YouTube game for a little bit. I just wanted to bang out a quick little video for y'all of some shit that happened to me recently, you know, explain why I've been away. But yeah, now I want to talk to y'all real quick about that, speaking of which, you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and upload at least once a week from now on, you know what I mean? So I have Sundays and Mondays off, right? So I'm going to try and edit and record a video on Sunday, and then try and stream on Monday a majority of the day. But y'all gotta remember that I also have a kid, so like I gotta be spending time with my family and shit too, you know what I mean? I don't just do YouTube and bum around. I work full time. I got a kid, a wife, you know what I mean? Like I got responsibilities, man. I am gonna also try and start streaming after work sometimes, because there's a lot of times where I only get out at 8 o'clock at night, you know what I mean? So that's not that late. I can stream after that. But the nights that I get out at 11, bro, I'm so beat. I'm not trying to fucking stream after that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally, it's just me and my boss that work at this dispensary, right? So like, a lot of this job is me doing the majority of things. You know what I mean? So they count on me. You know, so I can't be fucking around being late because I'm tired because I was up streaming or making YouTube videos. You know, I get paid good money for this job, and it's honestly one of my dream jobs, working in the cannabis industry. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to fuck that up. But I am going to try streaming more. I'm going to stream tonight after I upload this video. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to try playing some Schedule 1 or some skate and smoking a joint and some shit. But hey, man, I know this video is kind of thrown together last second. It might not be one of my best, but I thank you guys for watching so much. Let me know if this mic sounds better or if it sounds worse or what to do. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, great rest of your day, and peace. Bye.